I have so much to fucking spill right now that you guys don't even know what's about to come. Yeah, so let's just get started right away. I want to keep the video under 10 minutes, so I'm going to try to go pretty fast and make everything a little synopsis of what happened. But this is why I had to leave Hawaii. Let me just start from the beginning. So I found this place on Craigslist. It seemed like too good to be true. It was like literally a 2-minute walk from the ocean. It was right in our price range. And it was enough space for me and Aaron. I thought it was my angels like blessing me, like, girl, here you go, like, this is for you, like, you worked hard to get here. So I was like totally down for it. And we were renting from an older lady. She's like 76 years old, and she has a son who is 37 who still lives with her. Red flag right off the fucking get-go. The first day I get there, Aaron doesn't come until like a few days after I arrived. So I had to meet all these people by myself, and also keep in mind the house was like a subunit of the main house. So it was like a casita almost. Like the landlord and her son were on the same property. We were in the house that was like connected to them. Okay, so that's like how the layout was. And there also was another house connected that another tenant lived in that they actually moved out of when we were there, and we saw them moving out, and it was like the middle of the month, and I started giggling and recording it, and I was like, wow, I wonder why they're moving out, knowing damn well the same shit would happen to me. So anyway, like I said, I met them all first. Like, I met the landlord and her son. I'm gonna give them fake names because I don't need them coming from my throat. Their fake names are gonna be Sasha and Sam. Sasha and Sam, okay. So Sasha's the landlord, Sam is her son. At the get-go, like, there was just like kind of some weird energy I was getting from them. Like, I was trying really hard to be like super kind and friendly. Like, I try to be like that with majority of people I meet. Honestly, all people I meet I try to be like that with, especially if it's gonna be my landlord. I'm gonna be living on the same property as them. Like, I'm trying to be super kind, super open. I was trying to figure out, like, why am I getting this weird energy? Like, is it because I'm young and they think I'm like naive and dumb and like don't really want me here? But it's like, why on the other hand would you rent to me if you didn't want me here? And I kind of wanted to establish like a good relationship with Sasha, because I was like, you know, she's gonna be living there with me basically. I'm gonna see her every single day almost. Like, I want to have like a motherly figure to look over me in case things go wrong. Like, I thought it was a good idea to live on the same property as them because I thought it was good for safety reasons. I was all for it, and I was trying to be really cool with them and just like, you know, make a good bond right off the get-go. And then Sam, the son, he was giving me even weirder energy. It was almost like flirty energy. And I also met his girlfriend, so she was all right. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about her. I feel bad for her after you guys will hear what happened to her in this story. I understand abusive relationships. Like, I was in one, so I do not blame her for what she is going through. I met Sam, and he was a little flirty and kind of just rubbing me the wrong way right from the get-go, and I felt very uncomfortable like from the minute I met him. But I was just like, you know what? He's just the son. He's not my main landlord. Like, I'm here for Sasha. Like, I'm trying to make amends with her. Whatever. Okay, so a few days later, Erin is still not arrived. I think it was the night before she was gonna arrive. And I hear a knock on my door. I'm just sitting there, face freshly washed. Like, I was about to just go to bed because like I don't know anyone on the island yet. Like, I was just gonna like go to bed and like be excited for Erin's arrival tomorrow. And I hear the knock and I'm like, okay. So I go over thinking it's Sasha. I open the door and it's Sam. And he's like, hey, do you want to get dinner? And I was like, I just like took off all my makeup, like I'm about to go to bed. He's like, no, like my treat, like we can just go somewhere in town. And I was like, okay, sure, like, you know, maybe like this is a good connection I can have. Like, it's her son, like I'm not wanting anything from this. Like, I'm simply just a tenant, and I would hope he would be professional enough to just keep it that way. Obviously fucking not. I agreed to go out to dinner with him. I just like quickly put on like BB cream and change outfits. We went out to dinner, and he was like posting me all over his Instagram story, and just like it was getting a little weird. He's like, oh, put up a story of us. So I put up a picture of the food, and I was like, oh, like getting to know the landlord or something like that. And he's like, no, don't say that, like just tag me, like wanting it to seem like we were on a date. And I was like, brother, like I don't know you like that, and like I'm not about to be like shouting you out like that either. I just thought that was a little weird. But he bought me like, he was trying to get me drunk, but I don't drink that much anymore, so I just wasn't in it, and I was just like, hey, it's okay, like, I'll have one drink and then we can go home. No, he wanted to stay and go to the bar, and he tried like ordering me shots, but I was like, I don't want to drink, like, I'm good. And so then eventually he stopped drinking, we went home. He was like, why don't you stay out here and like have another drink with me? And I was like, okay, like, I don't have anything to do right now, so sure. And it was like 10 p.m. by this point, and he's just like trying to make me on these drinks, and he starts saying like weird things to me, like crossing boundaries. Like, he was saying like, you know, I've never met anyone like you, like, you're super gorgeous and super cool. And like, I was just like playing my music, like I was playing like Rufus the Soul, and he's like this music speaks to me, like, I've never heard anything like this, like, you're such a cool person, like, just trying to like kind of love bomb me in a way. And I was just like feeling uncomfortable at that point, and I was like, hey, like, I'm trying to keep this clearly tenant landlord like relationship, like, I'm not trying to go any further. And then he starts telling me about how he used to fuck a bunch of other tenants that lived there, and then he starts showing me nudes of ex-girlfriends on his phone. Yeah, so things started getting weird. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to bed, like, you're doing the most right now, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave. And then he like kisses me on the head, and I was like, that was weird. A few days later, I'm hearing about him and his girlfriend broke up because of me. Girl, what? Like, why am I getting in the middle of this shit? Like, I don't even want your man. Like, this is literally like, it has nothing to do with me. The day Erin came, I had told her about what happened with Sam. Like, I told her about, yeah, like, he took me out to dinner and things were getting weird, so I like gave her a forewarning that there was some like kind of weird shit going on. That very same day, obviously we're gonna have the beach day, the first day that she gets there, and he follows us to the beach. Like, he literally took his like he took his like goddamn lunchbox that like played music with him, and he took his dog, and he followed us to the beach. Like, we had been to the beach for like 5-10 minutes. All of a sudden I see him pull up to the beach. Keep in mind, every time I'd gone to the beach, like, he hadn't been there. I don't think he even fucking leaves the house. He purposely like followed us to the beach this day, and I was very, very uncomfortable. Like, I told Erin I was super uncomfortable. He tried to sit like right by us, was trying to make conversation, and I just kind of like stayed quiet because I was like, this is getting weird, I'm uncomfortable, and I don't like that he just followed us here, especially when I'm just trying to have a day with Erin. Like, I'm not even trying to fucking hang out with you, like, I'm trying to hang out with my roommate. We're just like uncomfortable. Like, I was like, Erin, let's leave, like, let's go home, like, this is weird. So by this point, I am very much rubbed the wrong way. I'm very much not feeling safe in my own home. After Erin arrives is when the screaming fights start happening. Like I said, the houses are basically connected. Like, we share like a laundry room, and they have like an outdoor kitchen, and we can like hear everything that happens right there because it's on our wall. Like, that stuff is all outside of our wall, so we can hear literally everything. Our windows are always open, our doors are always open, we can hear everything, single thing. It's aggressive, it's violent, it's unsafe. Like, things are getting thrown, like, it's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, just like scary things that he is saying to his mom. Remember, his mom is literally like 76 years old. Why are you, this is elder abuse at this point, and obviously like I'm gonna not get involved in that. Like, I'm gonna just, you know, step back, try to ignore everything that's going on because I am scared. And at first it was like funny. Like, I remember looking back, like, I would take videos of it and I'd be like giggling, like, I'd be like, what the fuck is going on over there? Yeah, it's not funny. So especially him and the girlfriend got back together, they would be fighting all the fucking time. There's constant, like, every single day there was yelling. Like, the amount of times I would take videos, I would call my mom, she would hear everything. Me and Erin were just like, are you like fucking again? Like, it's just like every time we were at the house, it was such dark, negative energy that I low-key got in a really bad headspace when I was at that house. Like, any other point where I was on the island, like away from home, like when we were with Nico and like our other friends, it was so fun and I was having an amazing, magical time. But every single time we were at the house, like, it was just bad news bears. Like, it was not good. There was always something bad happening at the house, like negative energy infiltrating my personal bubble, and like, I try to protect myself a lot, protect my peace, but at that house I was literally unable to. Like, there was points at a time where I couldn't even sleep at night because I just felt so unsafe and anxious in my own house. Everything just escalated. It got worse, and it's like they almost got comfortable with screaming at each other, so that it just started getting more and more violent and more repetitive. Like, it was an everyday thing at one point. I was just like, when is this gonna stop? Like, I don't know how much longer I can be here and taking this negative bullshit. And so just know it just kept progressing. He'd either be fighting with his mom or fighting with his girlfriend. And at this point, he honestly like started leaving us alone. Like, I think he got the hint that nobody was fucking interested in him and nobody wanted to fuck him. So he just started to like leave us alone. I wouldn't really say leave us alone, because then I started getting him harassing me on text about things that had nothing to fucking do with him. Like, literally. So the AC started dripping. And like, Hawaii, it's fucking hot. It's fucking humid. It's fucking hot, especially in the middle of summer. Like, you can't just be without AC in your fucking house. I like texted, what did I call her again? Sasha. I texted Sasha. And I was like, hey girl, like, AC's out. Actually, at this point, oh my god, guys, I forgot a really big part of the story, but I'm just not gonna add it in. Just know, I tried to do Rover, like the dog sitting up, because the fucking Sasha kept bothering me about getting a job. Don't fucking know why, bitch. I'd saved up money to come here, like, obviously I can pay rent, but she kept bothering me about getting a job. So then I was like, all right, so I'm gonna do Rover. So the day the dog is coming, oh, this story just from that point on, this was like, yeah, a week or two after Aaron arrived is when I tried to do the Rover thing, and it just all went to shit. So since then, I had not spoken to Sasha. Like, I was over her shit. I felt disrespected, humiliated, embarrassed. Like, I was so, I remember I went to the beach after that and just started bawling, because I was like, why is she acting like this? There are so many other ways she could have gone about this than literally screaming at me in front of this guy. Like, it was just so mortifying. So since then, I had just tried to distance myself from her. I was like, you know what, you only have 2 more months here, like, just keep your shit together, whatever. The AC started leaking, so Aaron texted Sasha and was like, hey, the AC's leaking, and she's like, okay, don't run it. Okay, it's Hawaii in the middle of summer, it's humid as fuck, like, we're gonna need to run some AC, so either fucking get us a fan or fix it right away. So this bitch took probably a week and a half to get anyone over to the house to fix it. That's actually against the law. My mom looked it up, and landlords are supposed to make repairs within 3 days. 3 fucking days of something going wrong. No, that bitch took a week and a half. And she kept saying like, oh yeah, he got stuck in traffic. Oh yeah, he couldn't come today. Like, just lying straight to our faces about why the AC was not fixed. So that's some bullshit. But then I remember like it stopped leaking at one point, so I tried to run it before it got fixed. And then Sam would like text me fucking paragraphs. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I can't believe you're running the AC. Like, she told you not to. Like, you're disrespecting us, disrespecting our house. And I was like, you're not my landlord, so why the fuck are you coming at me? If there's a problem, she can message me. Then there was an incident about Aaron left something in the fucking dryer, and this fucker screams at me. Why am I getting blamed? I didn't have anything in the dryer, and of course I am getting these wrath of texts from him, like literally screaming at me. And he's just going off like, we should have never like rented to you guys. You guys are horrible, irresponsible, naive 22-year-olds. Like, going the fuck off. He's like, I want you out by the end of the month because Aaron left something in the dryer. I can't make this shit up. Like, you can find the text and attach it if you guys really want me to. But it was literally because Aaron left something in the dryer and he wanted to evict us. So then I sent him back screenshots. I clapped the fuck back, and there were a ton of screenshots on the internet saying you cannot evict a tenant for discriminatory reasons. Like, there was no reason for him to try to evict us because there was something in the fucking dryer. Like, it all boils down to this motherfucker getting rejected at the end of the day. Like, you're mad, none of us wanted you, so now you want to get us out. That's not how it fucking works, bitch. Telling this story again and rehashing what I went through is literally bringing me, making me really emotional and stressed. Okay, so let's get to the good part. So just know all of this was happening. Fighting, harassment at me, at Aaron, like just weird shit. And I remember one day he like came over and he starts doing coke on our patio. And he's like, don't tell my mom. And he's like, if you guys ever need like a drug plug, like I'm here. Like, nobody wants to get drugs from your shady ass. I'll fucking turn you in right now. One beautiful late afternoon in July. We just got back from the beach. We were having a very good day. Things around the house were pretty quiet. All of a sudden we hear screaming, like bloody murder screaming. This is in the middle of the day. Like, literally it's still light out. I'm hearing someone get thrown around right outside my door. Like, literally, like someone's body like hits my door, and I'm hearing screaming and like someone like choking and just like struggling to like escape almost. And so I'm like, Aaron, come here. And we're like listening to this, and I start recording. And then it goes on for a while longer, like the screaming, and then all of a sudden I hear him say like, you're not gonna be able to leave, like just something like weird like that, like you're not gonna be able to leave. Well, this was about Sam's girlfriend, and all of a sudden I see her run past the window, literally like clothes are falling off her body, like she runs past the window, gives me a glare like, you need to get the fuck out of here, this is unsafe. Like she stared me right in my eyes, like I can envision it right now. She looked me right in my eyes, quickly ran past the window, ran to the gate, ran to her car. All of a sudden I see him go and stand behind her car. He won't let her leave, like he's like standing in the back of the car, and I'm like, bitch, just run his ass over, like he clearly like just fucking beat the shit out of you, run his ass over. So I start recording this at this point, like my phone is up, I'm making sure he can see me through the window, recording him doing everything. And after like 10 minutes of him blocking her leaving, he backs away and he lets her go. The next day, Blue Lives Matter, motherfucker. Literally so many cops pulled up, like there was probably like 10 fucking cops in our crib. I was like, oh shit, because I remember I was sitting like on my phone, and then there's like a window right here. I was like sitting on my phone. I see like 3 men in uniform like walk past the window, and they were wearing like their like police vests, and I was like, oh shit, bro, like what the fuck? I was like, Aaron, come here. Sorry, I just got excited thinking of that. So I'm like, Aaron, get your ass over here. So we like are looking out, comes to our gate, knocks on the door, like, police open up, and I'm like, hey, like I'm here, any fucking questions you need to know. And he's like, where does he live? Like 20 minutes. Yeah, motherfuckers walking out in cuffs. Yeah, bye bitch, bye bitch. Yeah, okay, so I start recording this. I'm like cheering so hard, like literally so happy, like justice, like BLM, bro. Like it was crazy. Got arrested for kidnapping and family abuse. And so the day that I saw those court records, man, that was a great motherfucking day. I'm like so happy, but at this point also like my mom was like, you're fucking leaving, like that none of that should have happened, none of the shit that happened in the beginning should have ever happened, but now that this happened, this is like the ultimate sign, like you need to get the fuck out of there. We just had a feeling that fucking mom would bail him out, which she did after one night of him being in a fucking cell, but thank God he had that motherfucking one night in there. But yeah, so his mom bailed him out. One of the charges were dropped, I don't remember which one, but one of them was dropped. And it was quiet at the house for probably 2 or 3 days, and then this motherfucker starts screaming about us right where we can hear. These dumb bitches, like there's fucking sand in the washer. They're mad because there's motherfuckers, you live by an ocean, you're mad because there's sand in the washer. You got me fucked up, man, you got me fucked up. What do you mean you're mad about that? Screaming about us, like we're evicting them, like I'm done with this bullshit, like those dumb bitches, just because there's sand in the washer. The fact that this man even has the audacity to raise his voice after he was arrested 3 days previously is beyond me. At this point, I'm getting a little scared, because I'm like, if this motherfucker is so unhinged that he's gonna start doing this, who knows what else he's about to do. So he starts raging. I hear him throwing shit. I hear him threatening his mom again, like saying how he's gonna kill her again. Don't know what the fuck he was on that day, but clearly he was over getting arrested and wanted to start some more drama. I call my mom and my sister and I'm like, what do I do? Like, I am scared right now. Like, I don't know if he's gonna come in here and fucking choke me out like he did with his girlfriend. I don't know what's gonna happen. So, guys, I dialed my first 911 call. I lost my 911 virginity. There's a man here who was arrested a few days ago, and he is getting very violent, and I am just the tenant. Like, I have nothing to do with this, but he is raging about me and my roommate. He's threatening to kill his mom, and I'm fucking scared. And they're like, do you want us to dispatch like an officer? And I was like, I don't know, because I don't know if I want him to like come at me after the fact that the officer's gone, after they check that he's like, you know, doing whatever. I don't want him to come after me. And he's like, okay, we'll figure it out. So they sent like 4 officers, and I went out there and I talked to them personally. Like, I walked right past fucking Sam, I looked him in his eyes, and I was talking to the officers, and I was like, yeah, like, this has been going on for months. Like, we're leaving early because this is an unsafe situation. He was arrested a few days ago. Like, I just want you to know, like, I feel unsafe on my own property, and I don't know what you want me to do. And the officer was just like, I think you should leave. Like, you should not be here tonight. I don't think you should be here anymore. And my flight wasn't for another 2 days. We packed up literally everything in the middle of the night and we fucking left. We slept at Aaron's aunt's. And then we stayed in Waikiki the next night at a hotel, and then my flight was the following day after that. Blocked them on everything when I left because I didn't want to hear some bullshit about why we left, some fucking attacking for no reason, because you know these people just fucking get angry over the smallest things. I didn't want to hear it, so I just blocked them. Aaron blocked them too, and that's basically the gist of it. There's obviously like other details that happened, but those were the main details. How do I feel about it? Honestly, it's a very unfortunate situation that it had to end up like this, but at the end of the day, like, I had a lot of great memories in Hawaii, and I met a lot of really cool people, and you know, memories that will last a lifetime, so I am not hurt about it. Also, that island is not that big, so there was only like so many more things we could do at that point before I started getting island fever. The negativity inside that home was just not worth it for me, because I never felt safe in my home. I was sleeping so bad every single night. I had constant anxiety. Like, I was kind of, I'm not gonna say I was depressed, but I definitely would struggle to get out of bed some mornings, and that's just not normal, especially after how hard I worked to like get my inner peace, and you know, I meditate every single day and journal, and it just wasn't normal. It just wasn't normal. Like, I knew something was wrong and something had to change, and it was for the better for us to leave. Also, it's like fucking, that's a fucking story. Like, now I can like tell you guys like what the fuck just happened to me. Like, it's honestly, life is just full of experiences. I don't think there's necessarily bad things in life. I think it's just learning lessons. And I will never go on Craigslist again to find a house. But if you guys could see how our moms clapped back at the situation, yeah, they went the fuck off on Sasha. They went the fuck off. Just have to remember and take away from moments like this. Everything happens for a reason. Fucking say it with me. Everything happens for a reason. I served my purpose there. I did what I needed to do. I grew a lot from it. Like, I literally think I wrote a note like one of the nights before I left, and I just like wrote like my experience down, and I was like, I have grown more in these past 8 weeks than I have in the past like 6 months. Like, it was crazy growth, and I love that. I love growing and evolving as a person. So I got what I needed out of it. And obviously it was unfortunate it had to end this way, but like, on to the next. Like, there's so many other amazing things that are fucking coming in my life, and I just can't wait to experience them. If you guys have any other questions, my DMs are always open. Love to chat with you guys. But thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll be able to make some vlogs while I'm here. I'm for sure gonna make a vlog when I go to Lost Lands. Can't fucking wait. But thanks so much for watching, and hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week.